Hi everybody, and welcome to the very first video on this channel for the new decade. This is my first video of the year 2020, and we're starting off 2020 with a recap of the past year, 2019. I usually do this at the end of the year, but because of my tight schedule during the holidays and because I didn't get around to doing it, I decided to wait on doing my Soda Saturday top 10. And a new rule, and actually I don't even think this was a rule or anything or not, I will allow sodas I've reviewed outside the series on the list, because I did review some sodas outside Soda Saturday this year, and we're going to be adding them to the mix too, because I think before I had it strictly just for Soda Saturday sodas. I have no idea. And looking back at my schedule uploading for Soda Saturday in 2019, it was really sloppy. Sometimes I would upload them on Sundays, and sometimes I just skipped weeks altogether. I'm going to try not to do that this year, but I don't know. I can't always count on what I'm going to do because, you know, we're human. All right, with that being said, we're going to get the list started off with... So sometime in the late 2010s, Mountain Dew and AMP joined forces together and ended up starting to advertise their own sodas with the Mountain Dew label on them. For example, now whenever you go to find original AMP and AMP Cherry Blast, they now have the Mountain Dew logo on them. And they decided to release Game Fuel flavors bearing both brand names. I reviewed all 4 of them into one video, and turns out this is the only one that made the list. Well, I'm not a really huge fan of the original Dew flavor, and the berry and cherry flavors were close contenders. This was the one I liked the most, mainly because it's got some reminiscence of Mountain Dew Game Fuel Tropical Smash. And yes, I have probably said a few times that this was Tropical Smash, but it's not. This is called Charged Tropical Strike. And I'm going to have to try to keep catching myself every time I call it Tropical Smash. It's even got the same color as Tropical Smash. But honestly, this is a great job with merging the citrusy flavors as well as any other flavors that come in a tropical kind of drink. It takes you back to the summertime, and looking on the label here, I'm not reading anything about what exactly they used for fruit, although I am reading white grape juice concentrate on the back for some reason, yet this is not a grape soda. Well, whatever it is, it made the soda flavor work, but it's only 10 on this list because, honestly, I'd rather be drinking Tropical Smash. It's a Game Fuel flavor that I just wish was permanent. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. So, that's really all I can say about this one. So, this one, I actually gave it a lower rating in the original review. And, of course, in Soda Saturday, I usually give gut reactions, and my opinions are never made final. But after a few more times of drinking this over the summer and, spoilers, actually finding it while I was out during New Year's, I gave it a 5 out of 5 spot and ended up putting it right behind this guy. Liberty Brew is nowhere near as good as Dew SA, but somehow the 50 flavors in one really gave this soda a treat. You can taste like every kind of fruit in this one, and I like it because as a guy that is a huge fan of fruit, I think they do a good job adding fruit into the mix. Aside from the fact that the blue color really does stain your tongue, and it's really more prominent in this one than in Voltage. Another reason I like this is the album cover. Just look at it. Honestly, it's the best Mountain Dew cover I've ever seen, and they really, put a lot of good effort into this. And that's one thing I will say about Mountain Dew this year. They really killed the album covers. Wait, no, not album covers. Product covers, sorry. Honestly, as a guy that's been designing stuff in Photoshop for his college work, this is really, really a great step up for Mountain Dew. So, yeah, my only complaint about this is that, sure, the flavor may be too sweet in some areas, and like I said, I'd rather drink Dew SA. You should still give this one a try, except it's limited time. So, really, you can't give this a try anymore unless you were daring enough to mix, quote-unquote, 50 Mountain Dew flavors. So just like Liberty Brew, I gave this a very low review in the original recording, and I actually found out I had bought a 12-pack of this while I was up north, and after having more of the soda from there, I started to give this a shove to the 5 out of 5 territory, and really, like, now that I think about it, it doesn't really copy that of the Stewart's Black Cherry drink that I reviewed back in 2017. Because I always thought all cherry sodas tasted like that unless they were from Mountain Dew, but surprisingly enough, this one has its own identity. It's also the first time a store-branded soda, this is from Wegmans, which is a grocery store chain, made it onto the Soda Saturday list. And well, the cover art's not really all that exciting. The cherry flavor is definitely exciting. It's unique, you can say. It definitely tastes like they grabbed the sweetest part of the cherry juice and mixed it in with all the seltzer that makes the soda and stuff. I probably don't have the slightest bit of knowing how soda is made, but sue me. And it works. So, yeah, this is definitely a must-have if you have a Wegmans right by you. I suggest you go buy a 12-pack of it. So I don't think I have this one in my collection, and that was because I reviewed it out of the location, but it was definitely the winner for a pineapple soda, because I never really was all that crazy about anything pineapple flavored, not even crazy about pineapple juice, but hey, leave it to Bang to make the flavor interesting. And they do play around with it a lot, and definitely tastes like, as the name goes, definitely tastes like a pina colada drink if it were in soda form. And that's the thing I have a lot that's trouble with all these ratings and stuff, is like I never know how to describe the taste of the soda. Because once you taste something, you just realize it tastes great. They put a lot of emphasis on the flavor and decide to balance it out enough so it's not too sweet or too sour. I guess that's what I'm trying to mention here for my soda rating scales, and that's really no different with Bang Pina Colada. It's definitely the best pineapple soda I've ever had, and this is not the last time we'll be seeing Bang on this list. And that was one thing I loved about 2019, was being able to have some of their products, because on the back of them they all say not recommended for those under 18, but I'm sure you under 18 people will still try to grab it anyway. So this one's a tag team because they are both peach flavored. And once again, it's a Rain product and a Bang product. And I am thinking the next time I can get my hands on these sodas at our nearest gas station or whatever, I will be doing a soda taste test to see which one is the clear winner. But in all honesty, I love peach soda. I just do. Peaches are one of my favorite fruits, and maybe it's because they're not as overused because they're mostly seasonal. Really, we don't have peaches until like the summertime, but they taste great. With this one having a bit more mango hues in it, and this one just being plain old peach. Honestly, now that I think about this, I would probably put peach mango ahead of this one, mainly because they have the added mango flavor, and mangoes just make it all better. When you use a different kind of fruit for soda instead of just plain old orange and grape, it definitely makes a soda worth your tasting. And for those of you over 18, I highly recommend this. And I forget if Rain is recommended. Oh yes, see, it's also recommended for 18 or older. So yeah, once you get to be 18, fellas, these sodas are your go. So, this one managed to give Voltage a run for its money, and in the original review, I said this. In fact, this is really good. Like, what's better, this or Voltage? Maybe I should do a versus on this. So this managed to give Voltage a run for its money, and in the original review, I also said this. On this chart here, therefore, we now have a new second favorite raspberry soda, and also, this is my all-time favorite, Rain soda. But I did not mention about why it tasted so great, and that was because it did something unique with the raspberry taste and tried to make it not smell or taste like Voltage. They added some berry-ish into it. And I don't know what kind of berries they used. If they used raspberries, of course, that would be obvious, but really it does seem like this is a lot of less sweeter than Bang Blue Raz, which was something I also reviewed and did not make the list. This one really seems really relaxed on the raspberry flavor, and well, it's not anything standard to Voltage. It's definitely a great soda, and definitely my favorite Reign product. And I also love the blue and purple color scheme on the cover. So back in the spring, Coca-Cola was looking for new ways to bottle up their sodas, and bottle up they sure did. They did it with a peach flavor, and they did it with a raspberry flavor. And the peach flavor wasn't as great, but the raspberry flavor sure was. This is what happens when you mix Mountain Dew Voltage up with classic Coca-Cola or classic Pepsi. You get this. Manages to fuse together a classic flavor of soda with raspberry, which is not really a common flavor among all the sodas, although I managed to crank out a scale, as you see here, of the different kinds of raspberry sodas that made it on the cut. And this definitely is a winner. Honestly, now that I think about it, I would put it above Razzleberry, so I would try to rearrange that scale if I could. And, sorry, that's just me knocking down one of the cans I had on my desk. But I praise the way Coca-Cola decided to bottle these up instead of, just putting them in cans and regular bottles, because obviously, we're getting very, antsy about wasting plastic, obviously, so makes a lot of interesting sense. So, definitely, this is worth your try. Although, it's been disappearing from shelves lately, and I'm kind of confused. So, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry. What can I say about this one for our third spot? Well, it's limited edition, like most of these sodas, and honestly, I'm starting to think that the best sodas, of course, are limited editions, but maybe that's because ones that are unlimited, you just get so sick and tired of the taste. That's the thing with sodas. Once you see a lot of it, it does not become timeless. But this is definitely timeless, that's for sure. Tastes like a clear version of Mist Twist Cranberry, and on the Sprite scale, it is my second favorite under Tropic Berry. And really, all around, cranberry soda does it again, and it's really, really good. Sprite did a really good job pulling this one off, and honestly, I wish that this would just become a permanent Sprite flavor, because I'm not really a huge fan of Sprite. But I digress. So our runner-up soda, Bang Cherry Blade Lemonade. What can I say about this one that I have not said already about this one that made it just so great? I never thought that Bang was going to be a great soda that I was going to be trying again and again and would spawn off multiple sodas that also were worthy. But what works here is the blending of cherry and lemonade, and actually, yes, I have had cherry lemonade before, but this is in soda form. So this is a sure plus. Whenever you can flavor classic drinks, that will definitely float my boat. I love it when drinks get their own little, twist spun. It's like adding raspberry to Coca-Cola. It's that kind of thing. If they did something to orange soda, sure, I'd like that too, but this is what happens when you fuse cherry soda with lemonade, and you get a nice concoction. The only reason it's number 2, aside from the amazing flavor, is that it gives you a caffeine crash. And high amounts of caffeine and energy, but hey, that's to be expected. Alright, so, what's our top pick? This one was definitely a surprise, and for a while, I thought this soda was going to make the number 1. But no, this KFC exclusive actually made me become a fan of KFC, and that's really saying something, because my parents are not fans of KFC. But this soda's flavor definitely sends my taste buds on a joyride. Maybe even more than Tropical Smash does, to be honest with you. I kind of think this is better than Tropical Smash. Seriously, which, that's just crazy. I never thought it would be that great, but it is. definitely worth your try if you have a KFC nearby you. Much like Bang here, it is basically peach added in to Tropical Smash Game Fuel, and the peach makes it a whole lot sweeter and a whole lot better. There's some flavors that just overpower it enough that it becomes too sweet, but this is just sweet enough to make the cut. And I don't know how Mountain Dew did it, but they did it well, and I hope that if they ever make it into bottles and cans, this will definitely become a regular. And if I had to redo my top 10 Mountain Dews list, which I probably won't be doing until later this year, it would definitely be in the top 5. So that's how I felt about Sweet Lightning, and this is how I feel about the sodas I've reviewed in 2019. There were some surprises here and there, but I want to be a bit more smarter with my soda ratings in 2020, and kind of start to judge sodas more than just their taste. Obviously, in 2019, I was also critiquing how their cover arts were, but I really need to up my game for Soda Saturday. And if you have any thoughts on how I can make Soda Saturday better, I don't know, shoot me a comment or something, but just something to think about. And yeah, it's enough that we have been recapping 2019 now, so why don't we do more? We've got plenty of hilarious MLG Dude goof-ups that we have coming up for you. That definitely is not a New Year's recap without. And a lot more is headed your way in 2020, and be on the lookout for some interesting changes coming to this channel. You may have noticed the watermark on the corner of your screen that I just added in, and that will be appearing on every video from this point onward. Anything to up my game, I will do, because this channel ain't gonna end, even with the whole COPPA stuff going on. We will stay on YouTube. And thank you all for watching.